Hey guys, it's Josiah here. Welcome back to another episode of Josiah's Grape Reviews. The first one in a very long time. I can't remember the last time I did one. But we will be reviewing the Atlanta/Lime Rock Park races. So let's go ahead and get into it because it was a crazy weekend. The Lime Rock races were kind of mid. The ARCA race was won by Thomas Annunziata. He got his first career ARCA Menard Series win, so congratulations to him. The Truck Series was boring as crap, and it was dominated by Corey Heim because of freaking course it was. Like, holy cow. Heim wins everything, bro. Just a crazy dominant season by Corey Heim. One that we've rarely seen before. And if I can get to the results... There we go. Good grief. The freaking app is tweaking, bro. Alright, so Corey Heim wins. Ty Majeski got a runner-up finish. Still has yet to get his first win of the season. Actually, has any ThorSport driver won yet this season? I don't think so. It's pretty crazy. Gio Ruggiero, third place finish. Good run for him. Ben Rhodes, fourth. Good run for him, too. And Cam Waters, top five. There was a crazy final restart. There's one caution, not for a stage break. I can't remember what even happened. And then there was a crazy restart that shifted up the field. So three ThorSport guys in the top five, and then two Tricon Garage guys as well to boot. Chandler Smith is sixth. Josh Balicki, seventh. How about that with Nice Motorsports? Brent Cruz, 8th place finish, and I think that's his debut in a Truck Series. So good job by him. Daniel Hemmer continues his really consistent season. Top 10 for him. Tyler Ankrum, his teammate, also rounds out the top 10. Grant Enfinger, Caden Honeycutt, Lane Riggs. Lane Riggs was up there, but I think he was the one who had that bad restart. Side by side with Heim for the lead, and I think he messed up turn 1. Fell back to 13th. Tanner Gray, 14th, and Thomas Annunziata, 15th. Connor Mozak also up there. Had a good run, fell back to 16th. Andres Perez, 17th. Ben Mayer, 18th. Matt Crafton, 19th. And Jordan Taylor, also top 5. The road course ace, also fell back on the restart, 20th for him. Raja Kruth, 21st. Jack Wood, 22nd. Don't know what happened with Stuart Friesen, but he was like 15th and had an issue, which Fox didn't cover because of freaking course. Fox is an L, so who knows what happened to Friesen, but he lost 8 spots, and he got off course or spun or something. Who knows? Jake Garcia, 24th, and Timmy Hill, 25th. Matt Mills, 26th. William Lambros, 27th. Frankie Muniz, 28th. Tony Breidegger, 29th. And Dawson Sutton, 30th. Spencer Boyd, 31st. Dale Quarterly, 32nd. Wesley Slimp, 33rd. And Alex LeBay, 34th. Looking here at the point standings really quick. Of course, Corey Heim has like a 1,047-point lead. It's actually 144 over Chandler Smith. And 165 over Lane Riggs. Daniel Hemrick and Caden Honeycutt are top 5 in the points. Corey Heim, Chandler Smith, Lane Riggs, Tyler Ankrum, Daniel Hemrick, Stuart Friesen, and Raja Kruth all are locked in with wins. I think there's 2 or 3. I think there's 3 races left, and there's 3 spots left in the playoffs. Currently, they belong to Caden Honeycutt, who is 67 points above the cut line, Grant Enfinger, who's 64 points above the cut line, and Ty Majeski, who is 38 points above the cut line. The first 4 that are out, Jake Garcia is 38 back. Yeah, basically, the guys below the cut line are going to have to win, basically. Giro 65 back. Ben Rhodes, 68 back, and Tanner Gray, 101 points back, man. Wow. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Atlanta races, because those races were crazy. Starting out with the Xfinity race, I'll get to qualifying. It was Sheldon Creed who got the pole. It was the final group qualifying, or not group qualifying, final round of qualifying was rained out. There was rain on and off at Atlanta. Sheldon Creed got the pole. He led the first, 30-40 laps in stage 1 before there was a weather delay, like an hour and a half. And then they took the green flag in the very next lap, I think. The whole field wrecked, and Creed was in 12th. He got by the wreck, but got hit by, I think it was Sammy Smith coming up the track, and he DNF'd. Sheldon Creed's had it rough this season. And we'll look at the point standings in the morning, but I believe he's tied for the final playoff spot with Ryan Sieg, I think. It's Ryan Sieg. So yeah, that was crazy. Taylor Gray won stage 1. It was Brandon Jones who got stage number 2. And getting his first career Xfinity win, the rookie Nick Sanchez for Big Machine Racing. That's just Big Machine Racing's second ever win in the Xfinity Series. They won with Tyler Reddick a few years ago at Texas. And now they get one here with Nick Sanchez. Should have gotten one with Parker Clearman at the Roval, of course. Still, that was robbed. Nick Sanchez got the win. Carson Kvapil, the rookies won too. Carson Kvapil with the runner-up finish. His first career win is so close, I'm telling you. Carson Kvapil's right there. Sam Mayer, good run, 3rd. Connor Zilch, 4th. And Taylor Gray, 5th. 4 rookies in the top 5. Holy cow. Jesse Love, 6th. Eric Almirola, 7th. Daniel Dye 8th. Kyle Seeger, good top 10 run at 9th. Same with Jeremy Clements, top 10 for him. Dean Thompson 11th. Leyland Honeyman 12th. Harrison Burton 13th. Brandon Jones 14th. Matt DiVincenzo 15th. Jeb Burns 16th. Brendan Poole 17th. Joey Gase 18th. Christian Eckes 19th. And Mason Massey top 20 there. Ryan Ellis 21st. Blaine Perkins 22nd. Garrett Smith 23rd. Nick Lights 24th. And Chris Wright 25th. Austin Hill 26th. He's credited with the fastest lap. He started, I think, on the front row, but then kind of fell back and had some, I think it was some fuel pressure issues, so that pretty much took him out of contention. So, yeah, that's why Austin Hill is 26th. Mason Maggio 27th, CJ McLaughlin 28th, Anthony Alfredo 29th, and Ryan Sieg 30th. All these guys were caught up in that big wreck after the weather delay. Allgaier 31st, Sheldon Creed 32nd, Sammy Smith 33rd, Catherine Legg 34th, Patrick Starpoli, I don't know how to pronounce his name, I still don't know, I'm sorry. The Doctor 35th, William Swallow 36th, Parker Retzloff, his rough season continues, 37th for him, and Josh Williams 38th. Looking at the point standings, Allgaier has a pretty healthy lead over Sam Mayer, who's taking the second place in points. 63 over Sam Mayer is Allgaier for the points lead. Austin Hill falls to third. Jesse Love and Connor Zillage still in the top 5. Allgaier, Hill, Zillage, Brandon Jones, Sammy Smith, Jesse Love, and Nick Sanchez are all locked in with wins. There's 5 spots left. I think there's still 10 races to go until the playoffs, so still a long way to go. Sam Mayer is all but locked in, 136 points above the cut line. Carson Quapple 63 above. Taylor Grace 28 above. Jeb Burns 20 above. And yeah, as I mentioned, Sheldon Creed has the final spot. He is tied with Ryan Sieg. He has the tiebreaker over Sieg. I guess because of a better finish. I think Creed has a 4th, I think, at Nashville. So there was that. Harrison Burton 1 point below the cut line. And then there's a big jump to Christian Eckes 51 points below. And Daniel Dye is 52 below. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Cup Series race at Atlanta, which was crazy. And there was a lot at stake. I need to pull up something. Big for feet racing. First of all, the in-season tournament. Why am I standing so far away? What the heck? Why am I standing back here? I just noticed. What the heck am I doing? I was so far back. I have a big projectile voice, if you will, so I can speak it. It can go ways away. So I don't know why I was back there. I apologize. I don't know what that guy was doing. But anyways, Joey Logano was on the pole. Similar to Sheldon Creed, he led all of stage 1 en route to the stage 1. No, wait, he did not. Oh, there's a difference between qualifying and the lineup. Never mind. He still had the first part of the race until Austin Cindric won stage number 1. Tyler Reddick ended up winning stage number 2. Actually, I should probably talk about some of the things that happened. There were 2 big wrecks that happened. One of them was at the end of stage 1, and one of them was at the beginning of stage 2. I'll start with what happened at the end of stage 1. Happened 4 or 5 to go at the end of stage 1. It was Christopher Bell who was running inside the top 10. He got loose and collected guys like Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, who else was involved? Austin Dillon, I believe, was involved. Few cars involved in that. Bubba Wallace, I think, also got some damage. He had a rough day. A bunch of guys had rough days. Let me just point that out. That ended stage 1. And in the beginning of stage 2, some guys stayed out. Chase Elliott was one of them that stayed out. We'll talk about him. Don't worry, we'll. And then some guys, I think the guys that pitted were back in 10th or 11th, took the restart, going down the back straightaway. There was a stack up or something, and I think it was Hamlin that was the first to spin into Noah Gragson, and everybody from 10th on back spun. It was 23 cars, I think, were involved in the wreck. That took out all the contenders, such as Cindric, Byron, Logano, Briscoe, Suarez, Chastain, Hamlin, Berry. It took out all the good contenders. So we were left with a bunch of underdogs up at the front. But everybody that was able to avoid the wreck took advantage of it. And especially Chase Elliott, because Chase Elliott, ladies and gentlemen, the Dawsonville boy is back in victory lane, snapping a 44 race winless streak, getting his 20th career win, tying him with Speedy Thompson for, I think, the 41st in NASCAR history. So good job for him. And on the last lap, pass to with Brad Keselowski. Why did it have to be Brad? Of all people, it has to be Brad that he passes? What the heck? It wasn't easy for Chase Elliott. He started 15th, though, but made his way up to the top 10. He was pretty sporty, but he was making moves that pretty much little, if anyone, could. He was going 3 wide. He was going 2 wide. He was shifting out his teammate Alex Bowman, which was surprisingly key to how Ellie won. Because Elliott and Bowman, Elliott was out of contention. He stayed out once some guys pitted with like the final restart with 30 to go. Fell back to like, I think it was like 8th or 9th with 10 to go. 5 to go, he was like 5th. But then somehow he made a 3 wide move late in the race with Stenhouse and Bowman. Got ahead of Bowman. And then he and Bowman were 2nd and 3rd coming to the white flag and into turn 1. Turns 1 and 2, Elliott got by Keselowski for the lead. And then going down the back straightaway, Bowman could have definitely pushed Brad. But Bowman, once he got to the inside of Brad, they went side by side. That killed the 6's momentum. That killed everybody's momentum. A lot of chase to drive out of the sunset. In that special paid scheme, too, which was designed by 11-year-old Rayla Mills. She was there. Her family was there. Such a cool moment. That's Chase Elliott in his Design to Drive scheme, which is his foundation. Every year he runs like a special paid scheme for children that are in need. And he hasn't really done well in those schemes. I think last year's race at Atlanta was the first time he got a top 10 in a Design to Drive car. I think he got like 8th or something. But here he gets the win, so good job by him. I haven't done his Grape reviews, but I'm a Chase Elliott fan, and let me tell you, this season's been weird, man. He's top 5 in points. He's been very consistent. 0 DNFs. Only driver to finish inside the top 20 in every race, but good gosh, he's definitely not the 5th best driver because good grief. It has been up and down all the way around, bro, because like there are times where he'll qualify 20th and be 15th while his teammates Byron and Larson light up the show and all that stuff. But he kind of got the ball rolling a little bit. At Mexico City, he got a 3rd place finish. And then at Pocono, he got a top 5. And then here he obviously got the win. So 3 straight top 5s. First time, I think, in over a year he's had 3 straight top 5s. So good job by him. So yeah, it's been weird. Some of it's been restarts. Chase Elliott has been atrocious on restarts. One of the worst on restarts. And well, part of that is because he's not been aggressive. But here he was aggressive. When he's aggressive, he can be aggressive. It turns out when he's aggressive, he capitalizes, he thrives, and he eventually wins, as we found out here. So good job by Chase Elliott. Also, a lot of it like pit crew. There's been some. Chase hasn't been. His head hasn't been in the game. It's been all this, all that. I think his crew chief is to blame for a lot of it. I've never been a big fan of Alan Gustafson, but they do get the win. Much needed win for Chase Elliott. Much needed momentum booster. Chase Elliott gets the win. Brad Keselowski, as I mentioned, 2nd. Been a rough season for Keselowski. Once he got his first top 10, actually first top 5 at the Coca-Cola 600, RFK and especially Brad, they've turned it around and it really seemed like he was going to win, but not meant to be for Brad. Alex Bowman, much needed run for him. Bowman has struggled. A bunch of DNFs for him. That hard crash at Michigan that left him. He didn't miss a race, but he didn't feel 100%. He didn't feel 100% in this race, but almost darn near won the race and got a 3rd. So congrats to him. Tyler Reddick in that Superman car, he got 4th. Eric Jones 5th. Good run by Legacy Motor Club. Every race it seems like Legacy Motor Club is in the top 5 or top 10 or whatever. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., good on Super Speedways. No surprise to see him up there in 6th. Zane Smith was up there late, got a 7th. Ty Dillon in 8th place. Ty Dillon, I'll mention him in a moment because there's the in-season tournament, which I'll mention briefly in a moment. Chris Buescher, 9th, my pick to win. He was up there, fell back. He got 9th. Carson Hocevar was involved in that big one. Battered up, bruised, but got back in the lead lap and made some moves inside the top 10. Held on to a top 10, so good job for him. Connor Zilic in his 3rd career start gets 11th. How about that? Almost a top 10. A.J. Allmendinger, 12th. Cody freaking Ware, 13th. How about that? Ty Gibbs was up there. Kind of fell back. Ryan Preece, 15th. B.J. McLeod, good run for him, 16th. Kyle Larson, 17th. Michael Medell, 18th. Cole Custer, 19th. And Austin Dillon, 20th. Kyle Busch, 21st. Bubba Wallace, he was involved in a couple of spins. Justin Haley was up there, but also spun, 23rd. SVG spun. He was up there, but he spun, 24th. Noah Gregson, 25th. John Hunter Nemechek, 26th, was also up there, but I think he had some issues. Is credited with the fastest out of the race, so congrats to him. Todd Gillen, 27th. Riley Earps, 28th. Earps was up there inside the top 5, but I think he got loose and spun into Gillen, so both of them DNF'd. And then David Starr, 29th. And everybody down here was involved with the big one. Bell, 30th. Denny Hamlin, 31st. Barry, Chastain, Suarez, Briscoe, Logano, Byron Singer, Corey LaJoy, Ryan Blaney. Yeah, they were all involved in that big one. Let's go ahead and look at the point standings now. William Byron has the points lead over Chase Elliott, 37 points behind him. Elliott was he went from 5th to 2nd. mostly because all the guys around him had terrible days. So Chase Elliott was able to capitalize, especially with his win, and for him getting quite a bit of stage points. He was able to take advantage of that. Larson third, Hamlin, Bell, they're still top 5. Larson, Hamlin, Bell, Byron, Blaney, Cindric, Logano, Briscoe, Barry, SVG, Elliott, and Chastain are all locked in to the playoffs with wins. There's still, I can't remember how many races are left, but there's 4 spots left. Tyler Reddick is very much all but locked in, 128 points above the cut line. Then Chris Buescher's 52 above, Bowman's 39 above, and Bubba Wallace is 23 above, Horn in the last spot. First 4 out, Ryan Preece 23 back, Eric Jones is 49 back, AJ Allmendinger is 59 back, and Carson Hocevar is 62 back. Yeah, much needed for runner-up finish. He almost won. Brad Keselowski was 28th. He definitely needs a win, bro. Holy cow. I almost forgot to mention, Tyler Reddick won stage 2 over Chase Elliott by 1/1000th of a second. So, yeah, Reddick got a stage win, his first stage win of the season, but it wasn't easy. Good grief, that was close. Now, let's go. Let me briefly talk about the in-season tournament. I don't know if I can find, like, the in-season tournament, like, bracket anywhere. But it was crazy and very controversial because why the heck would you start an in-season tournament at a freaking super speedway / like restrictor plate race? What are you doing, bro? The heck? So that knocked out like some heavy favorites like Hamlin, who was the number 1 seed. He got eliminated by 32 seeded Ty Dillon. And Ty Dillon afterwards said, "Hey, Denny fans, I just knocked out your favorite driver." So he gained some brownie points from me. I'm not a big fan of the Dillon brothers, but he gained some points from me on that. Like Byron, I think Larson was eliminated. A lot of heavy hitters were eliminated. I think like the only big names that advanced, of course, Chase Elliott advanced because of his win. I think Reddick advanced. Buescher, I think, advanced. I don't know. I can't find the bracket anywhere, but some of these guys, like Noah Gragson advanced. A bunch of other guys. So that definitely, like, an in-season tournament bracket was over as soon as the first wreck happened, especially when the second wreck happened. The good grief took out all the heavy favorites and heavy hitters. Like, what the heck? So anyways, that's my opinion on that. I didn't do a bracket, but I would have picked Hamlin to win the whole thing. And he gets freaking eliminated by Ty Dillon, which is crazy. But we got, I think there's a few races left of the in-season tournament. The finale is in Indianapolis, which I think is late July. This weekend is the Chicago Street Course, which will be interesting. Then I think we have Sonoma, then Dover, then it's Indy, I believe. So those are the in-season tournament races. So be interested to see how it plays out. I have no idea who the heck's going to win, but we'll see. But still, crazy race. Lime Rock Park was pretty mid, to be honest. ARCA was ARCA was fine. Sharks sucked, but the Xfinity race was pretty good. The Cup race was really freaking good. A huge just sigh of relief because with this next gen, the whole premise, the whole thing was you can't pass with this next gen. We saw the last week of Pocono when Chase Briscoe got the win. He was saving fuel, and he had Hamlin, Blaney, and Buescher on his tail. He could save fuel, but still be ahead of Hamlin and Blaney because you can't pass. It's like, it's crazy. And with these super speedways, you can't pass because, again, everybody's saving fuel. That's why they're 3 wide, 4 wide, which makes for some good action on paper, but they're saving fuel. And then once they're not saving fuel, they go full throttle and they're side by side, but everybody's boxed up. You can't do anything, and you can't pull out of the line because everyone's going to go by you. It's crazy. But here at Atlanta, you can make moves. And you can make moves by yourself. You can get help, definitely would be appreciated, but you can do it by yourself. And that's what we saw. Lead changes, everybody going back and forth, especially after the wreck, because once that big wreck happened, it was like, oh no, there's a big wreck. This is going to be a crappy demo derby race, but it wasn't like that. There were some wrecks and spins, but I think the biggest wreck afterwards was like 2 or 3. So we kind of simmered down a little bit after that big one, but there were still aggressive moves, some 3-wide action, lead changes all around. So my Grapo meter, my Grapo, like my review, my rating, I think Atlanta's gonna get a 9 out of 10 for me on the Grapo meter, if you will. Very, very good race. I don't know if it's the race of the year. It's up there. It's one of the races of the year. Atlanta race, I'm not sure, to be honest. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It was a really good race. Truck race gets like a 3. Would probably get like a 2, but there was some chaos late in the race. It was minor chaos. Archer gets like a 5. I didn't watch the whole race, but there were some things up front that were crazy. Brent Cruz and Thomas Nunziata actually wrecked while they were spun while they were top too. But Annunziata came back to win, so congrats to him. And Brent Cruz also got back up there, but he jumped the restart, so there was that. But anyways, that's basically gonna be it for this episode of Josiah's Grape Reviews. Of course, as soon as Chase Elliott won, I had to review it. Obviously I'm a Chase Elliott fan, so I had to come on here and review it. I'll try and get some of these Josiah's Grape Reviews out and some of these schedule predictions. I was going to do the Steelers next. Good thing I didn't, because obviously Aaron Rodgers signed, and then they traded for Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith, and they traded away Minka Fitzpatrick and all that. Chaos, but yeah, I'll try hopefully get some of these uploads up. But that's it for this episode of Josiah's Grape Reviews. So hope you guys did you enjoy. Smash like, subscribe, hit the little tiny notification bell. That way you never miss any new videos just like this one. And as always, that is clout, and I don't support that. So just do it as it's just about yours truly, as I'm stuttering and stumbling and all that, like I always do. Good grief. But see you guys for the next video. See you guys then. Bye.